A few months ago, I started to post more regularly on my Gathering No Moss YouTube channel. And now, periodically, I find myself asking, why am I making these videos? It's a fair question. I've done a lot of reflecting to come up with the answer, and I'd like to share some of those thoughts with you. I'm also genuinely curious what you think. First of all, I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to go viral. I'm certainly not doing it for money. In fact, I've got no intention of being monetized at all. So why am I doing this? Well, let me try to explain. I think a lot of people, especially those in their 60s, 70s, or even beyond, imagine that solo travel might be too complicated or too lonely or even unsafe. And those are reasonable concerns. But I've discovered something different. There's a real freedom in traveling alone. You move at your own pace, follow your own curiosity, and you discover, maybe to your surprise, that the world is full of kindness. I make these videos because I want to encourage people who are standing at the edge of maybe, people who say, I wish I could do that. My message to you is you probably can, and it might be more rewarding than you think. For me, this isn't a job, it's a hobby, a creative outlet, and a kind of a reflection. I've always loved taking photos when I travel. Over the years, I've posted on Facebook, shared photos on Instagram, and kept a blog to document my travels and my charity work in Africa. Those were my ways of connecting in the past. But now I'm exploring YouTube as a new, well, to me, venue to share and connect with people all around the world. I've come to think of myself as kind of a global citizen. I've been making short travel videos for years, mostly for myself. But this channel is a little different. It gives me a chance to tell a story, to share what I've learned, and to connect with people who might be in the same chapter of life. I like the challenge of editing, of trying to say something worthwhile without rambling too much. I enjoy digging through my old photos and video clips. It's a bit like revisiting old friends. And there's something satisfying to me about shaping a few thoughts into a short video that might land with somebody somewhere. I don't want this to feel like work. I'm retired or semi retired, and I want this to stay enjoyable. Some people start YouTube channels hoping to turn it into a side hustle. Well, that's a great goal for them, but it's not mine. I don't want to feel pressure to perform or to post on a schedule or to build up a brand. If a few hundred people subscribe and enjoy what I make, well, that's plenty. If a few leave thoughtful comments, I'm delighted, and I always try to reply. For me, this isn't a business. It's a way to stay engaged, to stay curious, and to stay connected. I've spent most of my life as a family physician, and I've always enjoyed mentoring medical students and residents. Teaching is kind of in my DNA, I suppose. And now, maybe in my older years, this channel is a new kind of mentorship, not about medicine, but about life after 60, about travel, courage, and curiosity, about aging with a bit of spirit and a good pair of walking shoes. And honestly, some of the advice that I give in these videos, it's advice I still need to hear myself. I've got a trip to Thailand coming up, 3 weeks on my own in a part of the world where I've never been. I'm excited and a little nervous, but I remind myself, you've done this before. Just go. Take your own advice. The best part of this whole thing for me, though, is the comments. When someone writes, thanks, I booked my first solo trip after watching your video, well, for me, that's gold. And sometimes the comments teach me something. Someone shares a great tip or recommends a place that I've never heard of or offers a different way to think about travel. That's what I mean when I say this is about connection. Not just broadcasting, but conversation. When I ask viewers to leave a comment, it's not just to please the YouTube algorithm. It's because I genuinely want to hear what people are thinking. Although I speak mostly to older viewers, people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, I hope that younger people find something here too, something encouraging. If you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and wondering what life might look like as you get older, I hope that this channel shows that it's possible to stay vital and curious and adventurous well into your 70s and beyond. Good health in your late 70s is a gift, but part of that gift comes from looking after yourself along the way, staying active, staying interested, staying engaged. I turn 78 next month, and I still feel like I have plenty of road ahead. So if you've ever wondered why I make these videos, that's the answer. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not chasing numbers. And maybe to remind myself too that, fingers crossed, there are still lots of stories to tell and new places to discover. Safe travels. See you next time.